27, 7 days, 1 week left to vote, because there's voting across the country right now. It's not 7 days to election day. It's 7 days left to cast your ballot. And here's the bottom line. And tonight's open is going to be short because it's very practical, because that's how you win elections. It's no longer about issues. We're winning on the issues. You see the polling, we're winning there. We have to turn those poll numbers into votes. And here's the bottom line. If Donald Trump and the GOP are given a chance to cheat and steal that election, they will do that. We must not give them that chance. And there's a simple way to do it. You've got to, if you haven't returned your absentee or mail-in ballot yet, don't use the mail. Too late. You got to go in person and return it, or you have to go vote in person on election day. Every state's laws are different. We have 50 different elections. We're going to go through a little bit today, some of the key battleground states. It's not the most exciting, but this is how you win elections. It's practical. Remember, you have to do a little research. You have to find out exactly how you can return your ballot. And I'll give you some examples, some battleground states. But you have to make a phone call the local election board, or Google it. It takes you 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and only look at websites, not like Breitbart.com. Don't listen to them how to vote. You have to go to the website for your local or state elections. They're laid out there. It's very clear. We're learning this even more. The Republicans and their controlled Supreme Court are doing everything they can to cheat. I don't call voter suppression. It is cheating. They want to cheat. They want to make it as hard as possible for us to vote, because they know this truism. When we vote big, we win big. That's the reality. So what happened last night? The Supreme Court, the 5 conservative justices ruled, they overturned a decision in Wisconsin, a federal court decision from a few weeks ago, that allowed absentee ballots that were postmarked on election day to be counted for 6 days after election day. They did the same. They allowed this in the primary. In the primary, they allowed it if it was postmarked by election day or received because of a slow mail service, up to 6 days later, they would count it. Well, despite the fact there's a COVID pandemic, and despite the fact Donald Trump's BFF is the head of the post office, Louis DeJoy, and is doing everything he can to undermine returning the ballots in a timely fashion, the conservatives on the Supreme Court have decided they're not going to allow it to extend it, meaning your ballot not only has to be postmarked by election day, it has to be received in Wisconsin to count on election day by the close of business. Has to be. Not received, it won't count. Doesn't matter if you postmark it a week in advance. Doesn't get there, it's not going to count. And Justice Kavanaugh, in his concurring opinion, literally it was like Bush v. Gore come to life again. He doesn't even want ballots counted after election day. It's like Donald Trump wrote it for him, though with Kavanaugh, it was a little better written than Trump can do. But the point is, they are lining up to help Donald Trump. I have to be honest with you. They are lining up to help Donald Trump steal this election. They are about power. The GOP has no real ideology. It's simply about the securing and keeping power. That's what they're about. So now they're going to use the court to try to do it if they have that chance. And here's how we win this election. It's by doing the homework, by doing a little bit more work than the average person does, to ensure your voice and your vote is counted. So I want to give you some of the states here. Wisconsin, the state that the Supreme Court decided yesterday, if your ballot's not received by election day, it will not be counted. In Wisconsin, again, I really encourage you to check it, recheck it, call, but this is right from the Wisconsin Secretary of State and the Board of Elections there. You can return it by 8 p.m. Wisconsin time on election day. Your ballot has got to be returned, your mail-in or absentee. You can mail it back. Don't do that. 2, you can drop it off at your municipal clerk's office. That's very good, right in your local municipality. 3, drop it off at your polling place or central count location. Or 4, drop it off at an absentee ballot drop box if available. These last 2, you're going to have to figure out what is the place in your county or in your town you can drop these off. Filling out the ballot, make sure you fill out correctly. If you've never done one before, it's usually signing in 2 different places. If you miss one of them, it's not going to count. That's what they want. They want it not to count. Do you want to make Donald Trump happy? I don't think so. Make sure you fill out the right way and return it the right way. Pennsylvania is such a key state, maybe the most important state, as the polls are a little tighter there. Your mail-in ballot must be postmarked by 8 p.m. on election day. But here's the thing. In Pennsylvania, it will count even if it's received up until Friday, November 6th. The Supreme Court just the other day did not overturn the Pennsylvania Supreme Court decision allowing it to count to November 6th. But now that Amy Coney Barrett has been confirmed last night, The Republicans in Pennsylvania are going back and going to try to have the Supreme Court overturn this decision by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. Bottom line is, you want to make sure in Pennsylvania that we turn it blue, don't put it in the mail. Go return it in person. You can return it, your mail-in ballot, to your county or location, or another one designated by local officials. Some counties providing drop boxes for mail-in ballots. Again, this is right from the website in Pennsylvania. But you've got to do the work to find out where those mailboxes are that you can drop it off. And make sure it's the correct one. So while, as of now, in Pennsylvania, if it's postmarked on election day, it'll still count if it's received by November 6th. I wouldn't count on it. The Republicans doing all they can. Also in Pennsylvania, like some states, they give you an option for a third party to drop off your ballot for you if you're disabled or something prevents you from going to return it in person. But you have to fill out a form there's a link right on their website. You have to fill out that form, fill it out properly to have that happen. Michigan, another key state. Again, it has to be received on election day by 8 p.m. Michigan time. Michigan, though, allows more people than just you to return your ballot by their actual regulations. You can return your ballot, a family member or person residing in your household, or, of course, by the mail. Don't do the mail. Or election official who's authorized to deliver your signed absent voter ballot to your clerk's office. Bottom line in Michigan, if you can return it in person. If not, it's very clear in the regulations in Michigan, you can have a family member or someone you live with return it for you. Florida, another key state. Oh my God, these are neck and neck in Florida here. Even on the county board of elections in Florida, in one of the major counties today, they're even saying don't use the mail anymore. And they're trying to help people. They want your vote to count. I think it's a Democratic county. They want your vote to count. They're saying you have several options. Bypass sending it in by mail. You can drop it off at a secure drop box, at early voting locations, and at the supervisor of the elections office for each county. Again, what I gave you now is information today from the websites for these various states. Every state is different. Do the research. It'll take you 5 minutes. Either call up, if you want to do that, call up your county board of elections or your local board if it's your municipality, or Google it. Say you're in Wisconsin, Google Wisconsin return ballot procedure, or deadline for returning ballot, or Florida, how do I return my ballot? All of that's going to produce it. Make sure the website you're looking at, again, is the official website, either the county or the state. You don't want to play games here. You don't have the Trump campaign telling you how to return your ballot. That's the way to do it. Again, Donald Trump and the GOP will cheat. They will do everything they can to steal this election if they have a chance. Let's not give them that chance. Let's do it now. We've got 7 days. We are going to win this election. And think about it. Anytime you're like, do I have the time to go return my ballot? Think about this. Donald Trump doesn't want you to vote. Do you want to make Donald Trump happy? I don't think so. Stay angry. Stay focused. We're 7 days. The finish line's in front of us. We're going to win this, and we're going to win this Senate back, and we're going to change America. My show is live 6 to 9 p.m., channel 127, Sirius XM. Again, if you don't subscribe to Sirius XM, go to the website. There's free trials right there. Great show. Mary Trump's joining us. Yes, that Mary Trump. She's great. I really like her. And Danny Savalas, my buddy, MSNBC legal analyst. We're going to go through the cases that have just been decided by the Supreme Court today. The other ones we might expect to see after Election Day next week. So we're all on board with what's going on. Thanks for tuning in.